Good morning, praise the Lord, and I'm happy to be back again with you. And today I am in a country where I live. It is a beautiful country. The country's name is Mauritius, and I have been traveling frequently. So at this time, at this moment, I'm in this country, and where my house is located, it is near the beach. And as I am talking to you, I can see the sea, the beaches, and beautiful sunshine. And today's daily devotion, Bible reading is also about the light. So it is Genesis chapter 1, verse 3. God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. But I would love to talk about the verses from 1 to 5. So, when you get up early in the morning, how do you know that it is morning? It is because the sunrise, it is because the sun rays, it is because the light which you get from the sun. And when the sun shines in the morning, it means that now it is morning. But when you get up at the dawn or the early in the morning, what you see? Sunrise. How you feel from inside. Me and my family, we have been living in this country for many, many years. And we take this privilege of watching sunrise. And that's why we have a house near the sea, because we really want to see the beautiful nature around us. And a country like Mauritius, it is a beautiful country. People come and visit this country because of its beautiful nature, beautiful beaches, sea. And God has brought us here and we live here. So I really feel blessed to live in this country. And one more thing, when you are listening or following my videos, at the background, you must be hearing a lot of traffic noise because in those days, few months before, or you can say few weeks before, I was in India and I used to record, and I used to really find it difficult to do the recording because, there is a lot of traffic. I have to really see for the time when there is not so much of traffic. And it was a festival time, there was a lot of music around, but here in this country, in Mauritius, it is very quiet, it is silent, it is very good. And that's why this morning I chose this verse to say that how good God, we serve a God who is so good, who is a creator of this beautiful universe. And when we read from verses 1 to 5, we get to know that in the beginning, God created heaven and the earth. So the first day, He created heaven and the earth. And then when He saw the earth, it was formless, it was empty, there was darkness. I'm reading verse 2, you can follow me. Was all over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. So when God created heaven and the earth was formless, it was empty, and there was darkness. So before creating any other thing, the second command which God gave, it was for the light. And that's what we read in verse 3. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good, and He separated the light from the darkness. So when we read here, we see by His Spirit, God created light. So the second day only He created light, because when He had a plan to create this beautiful universe, He needed to have light. Because if He would have created fishes in the water, or the mountains, or the greeneries, it is not possible. Light has to be there. So when He is going to create a living creature needs light. And that's why the second day He created light. And He commanded, and He saw that it is good, and that's why we see the light. And this light separates day and night. So when there is light, we read in verse 5, God called the light day, and the darkness He called night. And there was evening and there was morning the first day. So the very first day God created light, there was darkness. And He separated the light from the darkness, and God called the light to be a day and darkness to be night. So at night also it is not dark. We have moonlight, but it is a moon. So it doesn't have that so much of light like sun rays, like sun shines. And by this we understand that it is God's understanding how He thought of creating this world. So my dear brothers and sisters, in the same way, Jesus came into this world for sinners like us. So when we read John 8:12, it is written, the light of the world. So who is the light of the world? Jesus is the light of the world. So He throws light in our life. Because of Him, the light which shines upon us in our life, it exposes the goodness and the bad things in our life. Through His Spirit, we get to know what is right and what is wrong. Where there is darkness, it is a sinful life. So when Jesus' light shines in our life, then there is brightness in our life. Imagine when you are walking in the pitch dark, there is darkness, especially in the jungle or in the village areas, when you are walking across the mountain in the dark at night, or the path to the field. You need a searchlight, you need a torchlight to see the way. You need a lamp to see the way. If it is dark, you might fall in a ditch, you might fall in a well, you might get stumbled with a rock. So the same thing happens with our life. When a person is in darkness, he doesn't have Jesus' light in his life, he stumbles. He's fallen in a ditch, he falls in a well, and at that time he needs someone to help him out. He needs a light to get out from that pitch, from the well. He needs a light so that he should not stumble. And for us, we have Jesus. His light is there in our life. Jesus, every day He shows His light to us, and through His light we walk in a path of righteousness, where we will never stumble, where we will know that yes, God's light is there in front of us. We will never fall down. But yes, when we separate ourselves, we live in darkness. People live in darkness, especially we see Christian people. They separate themselves, they are living in darkness. That's what we read in John chapter 1 as well. Verse 4, in Him was life, and that life was the light of men. 5, the light shines in the darkness, but the darkness has not understood it. So when a person is living in darkness, knowingly, he knows he is in darkness. He doesn't want light to be thrown in his life, because the moment a light will be there in his life, they will get to know that yes, where he or she stands in their life. So that's why they want to live in darkness. They are doing all the sinful things in darkness. And that's why Jesus has said, the light shines in the darkness, but the darkness has not understood it. So when you are in a dark room, you want to go inside that room, you will switch on the light to go inside the room. You will not go inside the room dark in a dark room. You would like to go inside a well-lit room where there is light, so that you can see your bed, so that you can see your table, your desk, your chair. You can see your things. You can live in this room. But how can you go inside a dark room and then you will search for your bed? You will fall down. So in the same way, in our own life as well, every day Jesus shines in our life. He is the light of the world, and He's telling us each day that who guides us from the gloom of sins. He's saying that I am the light of the world. He is a real source of living things. We cannot live in darkness. Light expresses God's great love for us. He loves us. That's why He is giving us His light. He dwells within us. He's telling us that live in light don't live in darkness, because in darkness many things happen which people see it's happening, but they don't want things to be exposed in their life. Nowadays, during this time, when you try to correct a person, they don't like it. They will straight away tell you, don't interfere in my life. I know what I am doing. It is my life. So these are the words, these are the statements you will get to hear when you will try to correct a person. Even in the church, when pastor preaches, when he says, they will stop coming. These type of people, they will stop coming to the church because they don't want to walk in the light. They don't want to correct their life because they have already fallen into this sin. It is the sin in the darkness. And they don't want to get out from the darkness. So when a person wants to correct them, when a pastor wants to correct them, wants to counsel them, straight away they will say, don't interfere in my life. It is my life. Let me live according to the ways which I have in my life. Why are you interfering in my life? So these are the things the people who are living in sinful life, they will start telling you. So it is sad to know, but we as children of God, we need to love the light. We need to love the light of the world, the brightest light, the brightest gift which we have got. It is the Jesus Christ. He is the brightest light for us. I remember when I was a small child, and who is listening to me, who's hearing, they also in their Sunday school, they must have learned this song, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine all the time, let it shine. And I was a Sunday school teacher, and my daughters also used to be there in the Sunday school. They used to love singing this song. Still, we sing this song. Still, I sing this song with my daughters. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. So let Jesus' light be in you. Jesus' light will shine in you, and people will see you, that bright light in your life. Not only in the things which you do, but from inside you will be shining, because Jesus, when His light is there in your life, you will be shining, which will never be blown away. Never blow that light of Jesus in your life. So today, my dear brothers and sisters, my friends, leave a comment. If you need a prayer, we are ready to pray for you. Share this video. You will certainly be blessed. God bless you. Thank you.